So, Adam, I have a mind-blowing paradox for you today instead of a joke to start the show. What would happen? So, we have the alpha and omega, right?
Yeah.
Alpha omega paradox. What would happen? So we all know God is all-knowing, all-powerful, can do anything, correct?
Yeah.
So if God can do anything, he could create a stone that is so heavy that even he couldn't pick it up. But he could do everything. But he could create a stone so heavy even he couldn't pick it up.
He wouldn't be omnipotent if he couldn't pick it up.
So you're telling me he can't create a stone that is so heavy he can't pick it up?
I'm not saying can't, I'm saying he wouldn't.
But you're not helping me with the paradox here, Adam.
I wasn't aware that paradoxes existed with God, Dave. You're the
is
reformed one here. Come on.
Okay, I have another one for you.
Okay, let's try a different one. Let's go.
Okay. This is the boat paradox.
Okay.
You build a brand new boat, all made of wood. Beautiful sails, everything.
Okay. The sails are made of wood?
Well, not the sails, but beautiful
Just checking.
boat. Okay. Day by day, you replace the boards and keep the boards, and you replace them with a new board.
Okay.
To where eventually all of the boards on the boat will be new. But the boards from your original boat are in a shed somewhere.
Okay.
What is the original boat? The boards in the shed, or the boat built with the replaced boards?
Which one did you take to the get the registration against?
This is pre-registration.
Oh, pre-register. Sorry, because I was going to say is whatever one you got. The old boat is. It's like if you replaced your house all the way across. It looks exactly the same though, right?
It looks exactly the same.
Everything's the same.
But the boards are all new. But you have your original boards. You've saved them. So what is the original boat?
Those boards technically are not a boat though. They're not assembled. They can't float. They don't have a keel or sails. So I say the boat is the boat.
My brain hurts now. Just start the show.
Brothers, but not by birth. Family, but not by DNA. Dave and Adam are two of a kind, and they want to borrow some of your day to talk into your ear holes about midi-chlorians and roller coasters. Those two things are unrelated, but so are they. They're unrelated at birth, like most people who aren't related. Unrelated at birth, but they're brothers in a brotherly way. Now it's time for the phenomenal brother and the golden voice of the South. They're brothers from different mothers, but they're both really proud to be unrelated at birth.
And welcome into Unrelated Birth. As always, you've got the one, the only, the golden voice of the South, the human jukebox, Dave Adams, coming to you live and in living color all the way from the top of the state of Alabama. That's right, in Madison, Alabama, in the Unrelated at Birth podcast studios. And as always, I have brought along my friend from the home of the Swans, the one, the only, Adam Joseph Russell.
I'm on mute. Sydney, Australia, the home of the Sydney Swans.
We still don't know what footy is.
You've had every opportunity to learn. It's been weeks.
It has, but you're supposed to tell us.
It's wonderful. That's what it is.
Yeah, well.
A lot of people in America would find footy very straightforward and boring. Kind of like basketball.
Like soccer.
Well, the cool thing about footy is you can actually tackle people, and it's like hockey in that regard. Physical contact is encouraged. It's part of the game. When they do what's called a mark. Here, I'll give you a quick rule. when you're inside a certain part of the field, or if you kick it a certain distance, I should say. If you kick it a certain length and someone goes up and they catch it and come down with it, that's called a mark. And wherever they came down with it, they get a free kick there to do whatever they want to. So you try to get marks close to the goal because then you get a free kick to the goal. These people literally climb on top of each other, jump off of each other's shoulders, and crazy stuff. It's insane.
So when you call something a mark, my first thing is when you're a wrestling fan, a wrestling insider, you're known as a mark.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, marks are a good thing. What are you talking about?
Marks are good in AFL, just in a different way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's your AFL rule for the day.
Okay. All right. So I found a new sport this weekend. Did you see that I posted that in the group?
Which one was it?
Roof football.
Yeah, dude.
Did you watch any of it?
I did. I watched what I could handle of it. And then I'm like, okay, the next thing you know, people are going to be like, all right, here's a new sport where you throw a tennis ball off the sidewall of your house, and every time you catch it, it's 12 points.
No. If you catch it, you have to run up and touch the wall before the next person
there you
throws
go.
it.
Yeah. Man,
wall
it's like
ball, anybody?
We've literally taken the things that we played as children. It's like the wiffle ball leagues that are out there now.
Dude,
and
have you watched the wiffle ball leagues?
Yeah, it's the pitches are crazy. I mean,
holy crap.
Yeah, it looks like sometimes the people playing it don't even enjoy it when you get somebody up there that can really put some motion on the ball. Ooh. But yeah, it was interesting. My favorite part of that, though, as hard as it was for me to make it through the first 30 seconds and then I turned it off, the tents along the sidewalk, and there was like a thing in this neighborhood, and it's like, the neighbors are going to be, oh no, it's roof ball weekend.
So I watched entirely too much of it. So this is a house in Ohio that has that roof line, right?
Yeah.
There's another house in Illinois who started a roof ball league where he is and found the specs to that exact roof and built, and they say this on the show, built a replica spec roof.
What is it attached to?
His house.
So he added on to his house.
Yes.
Wow. Hey, you know what?
Hey,
I guess whatever floats your boat, as long as your boat's not in the shed. But I don't know. That's a little too much for me.
Some men like to golf
or bowl.
Bowl. Some men like myself like to play video games. Some men collect Star Wars stuff. Some men collect Funko Pops. I do 3 of those.
I think you're just listing all of your hobbies, Dave.
Some men build a roof ball league spec house.
Yeah.
So, whatever floats your boat, however you want to, I don't know.
I mean, I find, you have to, some guys, they have all the luck. Some guys have all the pain. Some guys, though, they get all the breaks.
I see.
I found that some do nothing but complain, but that's what I've.
You had to Google those lyrics. I saw you typing.
Well, I couldn't remember the third line. I couldn't remember all the breaks. And I want to go all the way to complain. Anyway.
See, you just had to do that. And my brain hurts from the paradox. So it also hurts from coming up with another cool episode topic. But, we'll
it didn't make your brain hurt.
It does.
It did not make your brain hurt.
Being this much of a super genius, sometimes.
Do you overheat sometimes?
Every now and then.
Do you have like a fan in your hat that kicks on like a PC, like a gaming PC? Oh no! I hear the fans. Dave's thinking about a new show down there.
I hear the fans are coming. They're rolling around the bend.
Dave's thinking about a new show. Yeah.
Since I don't know when. I'm stuck in podcast prison.
Oh, wow. That was okay. There you go.
Time keeps dragging on.
Show's not that long.
No, not yet. It gets there. But
yeah.
All right. So before we get into the show topic, I posted on the group 3 hours ago, and apparently I didn't think it was going to cause a discussion like I thought it like it has.
Go ahead. I have a comment to make in a minute, but please go ahead.
I would like to know your opinion. I said peanut butter M&Ms are far superior to Reese's Pieces. I said what I said.
How do we... I'm going to have a Dave, what is wrong with you moment. We have more comments on that post than we do listens from last week. Okay. So if you're in the group,
we're all fat people who like candy.
Come on, man. B, of course, peanut M&Ms are superior. Or peanut butter M&Ms. Yes, they have chocolate incorporated into it. The peanut butter also is different.
I've never understood that because when I eat a Reese's Pieces, I taste chocolate in the candy shell.
No, there's no chocolate on a Reese's Pieces.
Or is that my mind just
it's
playing
your
tricks
It's
on
your
me?
mind. Yeah, because they're shaped like M&Ms. Your brain says M&M.
Okay.
Fall-colored M&Ms. Yeah, but I think it's the size of the peanut butter M&M that's so satisfying. You get like I would call the inside of that. I would qualify that as a glob.
That is a good.
Whereas
glob.
a Reese's Pieces is just like a smidgen. Maybe that in a smidgen versus a glob.
I would say it's in a peanut butter M&M. It's a dollop.
Oh, a dollop that's a good word. Dollop,
Yes.
a glob, yeah. But would you agree with a smidgen? For Reese's Pieces, for me, you have to eat like almost half a handful to get peanut butter.
A whole bag.
Yeah, to get peanut, but that glob dollop size really gives you peanut butter a shot of that flavor. But yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So also, and the reason I went into that, discussion with myself was because we leave for our vacation tomorrow. And I was at Dollar General buying candy because, when you go on a road trip, you have to buy candy,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
So what is your road trip candy of choice?
I am more of a sunflower seeds is one. Because
they're not candy.
No, hang on. I guess let me qualify this. I'm more of a snacky person than I am just candy person. But every time, like when Blair and I were in college and we were long distance, I would get a Coke and a king size Snickers bar. A Snickers bar is like my thing. I still every now and then when I have to drive home from work and the traffic I'll check the traffic before I leave. If it's past a certain point, I'm like, this is a Snickers worthy commute. Not king size, but normal. But I would say Snickers but I always I'm more of a snacky person, but sunflower seeds or those weird Frito twist things, the honey barbecue ones.
Yeah.
They're like really tight spirals. Love those too. That's one of my go-tos whenever we have to drive somewhere.
I wish I was close enough to a Buc-ee's.
I was going to say Beaver Nuggets would be one.
Well, Beaver Nuggets are good.
Yeah.
But they've got, like those weird Frito twist thingies. They've got like O's, like not Frito, Funyun looking things, but they're not Funyuns. But they have the flavoring of all barbecue, sour cream and onion, and they are so good.
I didn't catch those when we were there.
I'll get those instead of the homemade potato chips.
Nice. Do you get a brisket sandwich when you're there? Do you get brisket?
Fresh brisket on the board.
Shouting at you about it every 5 minutes.
Like, honestly, so it's quicker to go from Huntsville to Atlanta if you go up through Chattanooga and down.
Okay.
I will drive through Birmingham so I can hit that Leeds Buc-ee's.
The Leeds one, yeah.
Yep. If you go, you could hit the North Georgia Buc-ee's, but the Leeds Buc-ee's is much better.
Yeah. I need somebody to explain to me how the only Buc-ee's within any remote location along I-4 is nowhere between Orlando and Tampa. You have Daytona on the other end, and I think Ocala up the turnpike are the closest
so the
ones.
only Buc-ee's, like Buc-ee's used to just be a Texas thing.
Oh, sure. But how does Orlando not have a Buc-ee's?
Well, because no one cares about Florida, really.
Well, I mean, they've overdeveloped find me a piece of green space big enough to build a Buc-ee's. That's number one.
There's plenty of it on Walt Disney property.
Can you imagine? You think traffic's bad trying to get to the Springs to watch this drone show?
Which I'll be there on Friday.
Buc-ee's on property? Man. Where y'all staying?
So we've had this discussion. I'm not staying on property for one day.
Oh, that's right.
We're staying at the Hyatt in the airport. Just because it wasn't a planned Disney trip. We were just having our transportation pick us up from the Hyatt.
That's right.
But so we are going to drive to Epcot to pick up the little Stitch magnet.
Yep.
Eat lunch at San Angel Inn, which
Yep.
is some of the best Mexican food I've ever had.
Absolutely.
And that's even I've eaten Mexican food in Mexico.
I saw people throw shade at San Angel Inn the other day online. A bunch of Gen Zs or somebody who was like, skibidi toilet.
Their cheese dip, which isn't really cheese dip, they give you the quesadillas and you pick it up with cheese and eat as an appetizer.
Wait. You have to say all that again. They give you cheese dip, but not cheese dip, but it's a quesadilla you pick up with cheese.
Yes. So they give you a tortilla and you pick the cheese up like halfway through it and eat it, roll it up. I promise you, it's an appetizer.
How do you
called
pick it up
queso
with a tortilla?
Something. You put tortilla on it. You put the tortilla on it.
You put tortilla.
You put the tortilla in your hand and you roll it up.
Oh my gosh. He enjoys it so much. All right, so hang on. So what do they bring to your table?
So it's in like this fajita serving dish.
Is it sizzling?
Yes, it's sizzling.
Ooh, fancy. Okay.
And on the side, you've got caramelized onions and peppers and all that stuff. And then it looks like it's just regular cheese dip, but it's hardened white queso, like just melty enough that you can pick it up when you put a tortilla in it, but it's too hard when you can dip a chip in it.
Got it. Okay.
Dude,
so it's fajitas without the meat.
Yes,
kind of.
Basically.
Okay, cool.
And that's an appetizer.
Interesting. Okay.
It's so good.
Pick 'em up cheese.
Pick 'em up
with
cheese.
the tortilla.
See, now, hold up. Now I've got to look up the menu.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Vamp while I'm...
Vamp. So
yeah.
when you first said pick up the cheese, I had a very hard, like I pictured the tortilla in your hand, like you're wearing a glove, and then you're picking up the cheese, like using the tortilla as a grabber. That's why I was having trouble doing that. But you're talking about just dip.
Well, yes, but no. Okay, so it's called queso fundido.
Yeah, okay.
Melted Monterey Jack, topped with chorizo, poblano peppers, and onions, served with flour tortillas.
Oh, I'm looking at the picture. So they like brown it in the oven kind of thing.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. I get what you mean. I have, amazingly, several years ago, I had that. And I'm over here like, what do you mean you pick up the cheese with the tortilla?
And so you put the tortilla on the top. And
I use a spoon or a fork to put the cheese on the.
Well, but
I understand your point.
You weren't eating with your family. And I was eating. I'm eating with my family when I was
eating.
there.
Who else would I be eating with?
Your coworkers?
No. We don't have time to go to Epcot.
Hey, by the way, do you have a Spirit jersey behind you?
No, this is a zip up.
Okay.
Zip up
it
hoodie.
looked like a Spirit jersey.
No, it's hoodies they were handing out the other day.
I was about to say.
No. Nay. And he's like, you're caught in 4K, buddy. I see it right there behind you. Although that Donald one, have you seen the Donald one they came out with?
I have.
That one is okay. Yeah, all right, but I can't do it.
Are you starting to soften your stance on Spirit jerseys?
You know what? You can ask Blair. When we went to Disneyland, they had the one for the Worldwide Engineering Brigade, and the whole engineering aspect of web slingers just really resonated with me. And I almost did, and then I didn't, and I was like, but no, I can't. But that would be no. And what it really boiled down to is I just can't see myself going into my closet and thinking my fashion choice today is that. I just can't.
No, do you know what it boiled down to? I know, subconsciously, I guarantee you this is what it was. If I buy this Spirit jersey, I will never hear the end of it from Dave Adams.
I would. That was part of maybe one of the times Blair and I discussed it. But no, seriously, ultimately was I'm a very big subscriber to the Steve Jobs clothing philosophy. I have
turtlenecks
the same
jeans and glasses.
Well, he had the same shirt in the same color, 7 or 8 of them, the same jeans, 7 or 8 of them. I have Brooks shoes and then a pair in a box of the same color if I like them, so that when those wear out, I have another one. I have like the same Columbia fishing shirt in the same size and like 9 colors, and the same shorts from Old Navy. And 3 colors. It's like I don't have to think about clothes.
Have you worn the Jurassic Park Roosevelts I sent you?
I have not. They're still a little snug.
We're
We're working on that. Yes, we're working on that.
I sized up for you.
I know. And that's the size I would have purchased as well.
Okay.
And they're still a little snug. You don't have to apologize. It's good. It's good motivation, especially the Clever Girl one. The Mr. D and A when Blair's like, when I showed her that one online, she's like, there's no way I could ever see you wearing that. Then we got it, and she's like, okay, that's actually a nice looking shirt. The blue and everything. So, no, I can't wait. I just have a goal now. I have a goal. So.
Okay. Good. Okay. So, you ready for tonight's show?
What have we been doing up until now?
Oh,
was this the queso fundido of the episode?
This is the queso fundido. This is the amuse bouche.
Well, let's move on to the enchilada platter then.
So we're going to St. Thomas. Well, actually, this time next week, I will be on St. Thomas Island. And some friends of ours lived there for a while. That's cool. They're texting a group with my wife and my friends and myself of things to do on St. Thomas Island.
Rent a Jeep from a dude. There's a dude who rents Jeeps that I can't remember his name, but I remember when they diverted us to Western Bob, when they diverted us to the Western itinerary because of the hurricane. I emailed with him back and forth to help him. Nicest guy in the world, dude. I'm like, no freaking wonder.
Hey, Bob. You
rent out Jeeps so people can drive around a tropical island. It's like, yeah, I'd be in the best mood too, man. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Until some stupid American wrecks your Jeep. And then
see that St. Thomas. What was his name? St. Thomas. You vamp for a second. St. Thomas.
Okay, I will. I'll vamp.
Jeep rental guy.
So what we're planning on doing, we were going to do a pirate treasure hunt because that's where Blackbeard's castle is and all that.
Oh yeah.
But it was like it's $500 for the 4 of us to do an excursion through Disney, and so we talked to our friends at the dance recital this weekend, and and they said, oh, no. Let me give you an itinerary. They said, all right, first off, when does your ship get there? When does your ship leave? And he gave us like 12 things that he said, yeah, you should do this. There's an aquarium where you can pet animals. It's free. There's this, there's that. Yeah. So he said, oh, and some of the best Mexican food. I mean, seriously, he said, have conch fritters. They're good.
Oh, sure.
Which, dude, I have been jonesing for some conch fritters after staying at Old Key West.
I'm telling you, man, yeah.
But they don't do conch fritters at Old Key West anymore. It's shrimp fritters now because it's just
the supply conked out.
Right. Well, I know you were trying to make a joke, but that's kind of what they said.
Yeah. COVID ruined everything. That's basically what it boils down to. Yes, I can't find his name anymore. I can't find his thing. That makes me sad.
Well,
it's all these official big companies now. It's like, man, everything's got to be so like corporate now, dude.
I know, right? So we're doing St. Martin, St. Thomas, and Castaway.
Okay.
And I'm a little sad though.
St. Thomas, St. Martin, and St. Iger. Got it.
Yeah.
That would be St. Eisner. Iger would be the new one when they open it up.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm sad. The very next week, like we get off the boat. The next guests that get on the boat are doing 2 days at Castaway and 2 days at Lighthouse Point.
Oh, man.
It is the inaugural sailing to Lighthouse Point.
Wow.
But to do the Lighthouse Point inaugural sailing was going to be $6,000 more.
Not $6,000 for a family of 4. $6,000 more. More.
Additional.
Hang on, excuse me. What? Excuse me, I don't think you heard me. He said more.
More.
Can I make sure that can I recap that really quick before we launch into the topic? You're going on a cruise.
Disney cruise.
To 2 of the U.S. Virgin Islands in Castaway Cay.
Only one of the U.S. Virgin Islands. One of them's a British Virgin.
Oh, that's true. Okay, thank you. To 2 of the Virgin Islands in Castaway Cay for 7 nights.
7 nights in a Portal Family Deluxe room.
Got it. And you used the word. You said you were what? Because of the Lighthouse Point thing. What's the word you used?
Oh, I'm a little disappointed. Little.
Shut up.
I mean, come
on. My gosh.
The FOMO in me is
Shut up.
real. The FOMO in me is real.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Because also, the week after I leave Orlando from the cruise is when DVC and APs can do Tiana's Bayou. The FOMO is real, Adam Russell.
Okay, fine. I've got a better one for you. There you go.
There we go. Thank you.
How's that?
So, yes, I'm trying to find a weekend that I have a Flex Friday where myself and Ellie can come down to ride
Just
Tiana's
jot
Bayou.
down, yes. I saw a reel popped on my feed, and it said it was the thing was POV me going to my husband and telling him that we're flying down to Disney just to do Mickey's Not So Scary and then flying back the next morning. And the whole video behind it was like, okay, are you ready? And they're like, for what? And they're like, just say yes. You're ready. Just say yes. We're going. You're ready. Don't even ask. You're ready. Yeah. I'm going on the 26th. I'll let you know how it is. Hey, 7-night cruise. Don't make me pull out the mean crowd again. We'll come with our pitchforks and torches this time. Dude, it's Splash Mountain with different characters.
No, have you seen the video today?
No, I did not. What is it?
They released Imagineers floating through it and showed some of the scenes, and the animatronics look amazing.
Wow.
Shut up.
That is totally worth being upset after your 7-night Disney cruise. The animatronics were awesome. St. Thomas was meh, but those Splash Mountain animatronics look amazing. Dave has removed himself from the feed. I'm bringing you back. I didn't say you could leave. I didn't dismiss you.
Bum, bum, ba-do.
Anyway,
So I like it. I like it now because I've got my headphones on tonight. You can't hear the dinging of my text messages now.
Yeah, I've noticed. I haven't been able to hear him either, so that's been good.
It's the headphones. I brought the headphones back tonight.
So do you hear the dinging in your headphones?
Yeah. But my mic isn't picking it up. That's the difference.
Because it's in your headphones.
Right.
How do you hear both your phone's notification sound and me in your headphones?
Dude, I had 20/20 hearing. I know that's not a thing.
You go to get a hearing test, and Dave's like, L-E. It's like, what is that, Parks and Rec, when he goes,
Yeah.
they do all their doctor stuff. He's like, coffee shape, smudge. You drove us here. Anyways, come on.
So I need to hear. So, okay, before we get into the quiz PodDeck stuff.
Yep.
The people want to know Adam Joseph Russell's reaction to Daddy Dance 2024.
My personal reaction or what I texted you?
Your reaction was, haha, looks like you had fun.
It looks like you had fun. I think that it was a very sweet gesture to surprise them like that and learn your own dance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it takes that extra level that you're willing to go to. You guys don't have enough tempo to fill a paper sack, but
So what's funny? I was telling the guys this too. I said, look, it was probably a 5,000, maybe a 4,000 seat concert hall, and it was probably about 3,000 people there.
3,000 people. How many children go to this dance place?
A lot. There's 4 shows, dude.
I go back to my text. That's insane.
Yeah. So,
do they have an intermission where you move to a beverage in the lobby?
Well, we used to do
Please
only
make
2
your way
shows,
to the lobby.
and so we used to do 2 shows,
Mm-hmm.
both on Saturday, and they were about 4 hours each, with an intermission.
That's painful.
Yes, it was, and I used to sit through all the shows.
Oh, you have to. I mean,
I get to.
wow.
I get to.
But again, it was a nice gesture, and you guys had the
was.
guts to get up there. What sounds like was a big crowd, but as a former line dance instructor, it was painful.
Well, so
no, you
we
were supposed to
actually
turn to the right. No, turn to the. What are you doing? Yeah.
We had the dance down, but when you get up,
Yeah.
get up there, the adrenaline hits.
Oh, it's totally different.
and then you're like, "Oh my god, what do I do?"
And then one guy messes up. You're like, did he mess up or did I mess up? I think I need to stop. Yeah.
And then it just is so I get up there and I was telling the guys we're in backstage. I said, look, if you put a microphone in my hand and tell me to sing in front of this crowd, I will ham it up. I won't worry about it. If you tell me to give a TED talk on something, no problem. No questions asked. No apprehension. Just let's go for it. But you're telling me to move my 2 left feet and have rhythm that way? Yeah, there were a lot of nerves at play.
Yeah.
So much so that there might have been a flask in my jacket pocket before.
My gosh. That explains it. But you were telling me you had to be in a suit, like at least Sunday church type clothes before.
Yes.
Then you had to change and then change back.
No. I stayed in the backstage because we were the second to last dance.
Oh, nice. Okay. That was very generous of them to not make you change back.
Yes. The whole thing was, so I'm sitting there. Harper about fell asleep on me. I had to keep waking her up. Don't fall asleep, baby. Don't fall asleep. About 5 dances before mine, I leaned over to Ellie and Harper said, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. So I get up, go change. And Amanda said Harper had crawled into her lap and did fall asleep about a dance before. She said, you might want to wake up. There's somebody you know on the stage right now. And Amanda, the other dance before, Ellie leans over and goes, where's Daddy? Is he okay? So they had to...
Yes, sweetie, he's fine.
Daddy's just pooping. So, all right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is probably my one and only time to dance in a dance recital, because I don't think I'll be doing that again.
Sure. It's probably for the best.
I line dance. I can line dance.
Sure. Not in front of 3,000 people, though.
Not in front of 3,000 people, right? Oh, lots of fun. All right. So tonight we are bringing back the PodDecks. Why are we closing the show?
I didn't close the show.
You hit the do-do-do-do.
Oh, sorry.
Button.
I hit the wrong button. My apologies.
What button were you trying to hit?
I meant to hit the monitor button where I could just hear one thing, and it didn't work. So,
what 2 things were you trying to hear?
You and something else without you hearing the something else, and you still hear the something else. So I have to figure out why that didn't work later. But go ahead. I was just queuing something up. It's my job.
Okay. All right. So this is I have picked a what the heck deck to ask questions.
Oh,
from.
boy.
If you had to pick a new name for yourself, what would you pick and why, Adam?
A new name.
Mm-hmm. And it can't be Adam.
First and last, or just first?
Just first would work.
I would choose. Wow, there's so many options.
I actually did pick a new name for myself for a while. So I can go with mine. I was Anderson Adams.
Anderson.
That's my middle name.
Oh, okay.
So, when I was probably going to go into the news, I had really strongly considered using Anderson Adams. Keep in mind, this is also when Anderson Cooper was still huge on CNN. I was like, that Anderson Adams is a good alliteration name, and it would be a good news name.
This is Anderson Adams with your 11 o'clock news.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would probably go with something crazy like Ezekiel. Something biblical like Adam, but something that, like, I don't know. See, here's the thing. When I picked Aiden's name, it's got to be something where you can walk up to somebody in a business setting, like an interview, and shake their hand and not feel embarrassed to say your name. So maybe like Isaac or Isaiah or something like that.
So wait, when you picked Aiden's name, and then you go into saying being embarrassed by your name, so what are you saying?
No, I'm saying that I tried to pick a name for him where he wouldn't be embarrassed. Yeah. Okay. No, I intentionally named my son where he couldn't go around. It's a boy named Sue.
A boy named Sue.
Wow, that was a tough one. Okay.
I know. All right, here you go. Here's another one. I don't know if I could answer this, so I'm going to see if you can.
Oh, boy.
Think back 24 years ago. Back in high school, what was the strangest thing someone could find in your locker? Ooh, Good use of the button.
Something out of place. I was an organized locker guy.
Sorry. knowing you, that
I was an organized locker guy. Sorry.
All right.
What about you? Why can't you answer that?
Well,
did you have people carrying your books around for you?
Yes, I did.
Instead of lockers.
Because I was the opposite of an organized locker guy, and people knew that my locker was going to be the messy one.
3-day-old cheese, right?
Well,
how did that get in there?
There might have been something from my parents that, the whatever I ate from the Tupperware that I ate from like 3 weeks ago, that was probably in there, probably growing something. You never know.
Fancy.
That's just
hey, it's called it's a science experiment. That's what it is.
It is.
It's a science experiment.
All right. This is going to be for you. These next questions are for you and you only. Because I could answer them, but I think people know other stuff. This is
you're making me really nervous about these next two questions.
What did you most enjoy doing with your dad growing up?
Fishing.
Okay. Explanation.
We would go to Oak Mountain, the hunting club, and it was really just kind of my dad had stopped hunting. It was more of a fishing kind of membership. He knew the guy, and he had a key, and he'd let him in and all that kind of stuff, and we'd go back to this lake, and it was always like in the fall. Alabama had already played, and then we'd leave and go do that kind of stuff, and I think that's one of the things still, when we go over to their place here, we go fishing, and he'll take Aiden and Emma too. So I would say probably fishing, and that's my answer. All right, what's number 2? That was an easy one.
Yeah, I know. What is the most valuable life lesson your father taught you?
Hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, wow. I swear that is a Spirit jersey behind you. That looks just like a Spirit jersey, especially when you moved. That looked just like a Spirit jersey.
It's a hoodie, I promise. I'll prove it later.
Okay.
So my dad gave me a copy of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey.
Okay.
And he marked a page in here. It says this. I'll read it to you.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
This is a quote by Virgil Russell.
No, this is a quote in the book.
Well,
but he marked it with this little flag right here. The Lord works from the inside out. The world works from the outside in.
Yeah.
The world would take people out of the slums, but Christ takes the slums out of people, and then they take themselves out. The world would mold men by changing their environment, but Christ changes men who then change their environment. The world would shape human behavior, but Christ can change human nature. So I would roll that up to say that you do not have to let your circumstances, whether it's through Christ in your life and his purpose for your life or just in your daily tasks, you do not have to let any circumstance of your life define you. Through Christ, through yourself,
I like it.
You have the ability to change what you do, who you are, and where you are.
Or Christ changes you.
That too.
Using you as your gifts. So
yeah,
trying to throw a Calvinistic viewpoint in there.
Oh, you mean he's predestined you to be where you already are, and there wasn't anything you could have done to stop it? Yes, as long as you're one of those milestone points, which don't even exist in Doctor Who anymore, by the way.
There's no such thing as a fixed point in time?
There was, I'll have to look up the specific quote, but one of the recent episodes in this season has taken everything that the 10th Doctor said to that lady about there's fixed points in time that can't be done.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of.
See, I was all excited about seeing the TARDIS at Disney Springs when I'm there on Friday.
I'm still excited about seeing the TARDIS at Disney Springs. I don't know. I'll give a quick, but I was so excited about this late. And it's not a Disney thing. We're just streaming it, but I was so excited about this season. And it has nothing to do with any of the narrative and things normal people would point to and say, well, you're just a conservative and here's the reasons you hate. It's just the stories are just, it's like when you sat there and you saw David Tennant's doctor look at Rose and say, "I'm burning up a star just to say goodbye." That's where we were. And it's just not the same.
No, we're not.
But hey, what is?
They
you know why? Because COVID ruined everything.
They have. So would you be comfortable saying they have eliminate
Exterminate? Not yet. They say this finale is going to be amazing. So
okay.
The Whovians.
Wait, we're already at finale time?
No, not yet. But they're already saying, just wait for the finale. It'll be amazing. So
just wait. It gets better. I promise. Yeah. It gets better.
Yeah.
Okay. I can answer this one too. Is your father easy or hard to buy gifts for? I can tell you. Let me answer first because I can tell you exactly. Just like myself, my father is the absolute hardest person to ever shop for.
Why is that?
Because
yeah.
The way I have been taught by my family, and this might be a little, this is definitely very first world thinking, first world problems.
Okay.
But as long as you have the means and it's something that you really want, I have always had the mindset, if you want it, get it.
Obviously, especially lightsabers,
Funko Pops. If it doesn't set you back, if it doesn't hurt your family, go ahead. My dad does that as well. Therefore, someone asks us, well, what do you want for your birthday? Nothing. Because we don't want anything.
You have everything you want and need. Yeah.
Right, exactly. What do I need? The air I breathe, the roof over my head, my children to be happy.
Got the air in my lungs and a few fresh sheets of paper. I'm sorry.
My wife to be extremely happy. I want to see a smile on my kid's face. I know that there is a lot of jokes about Dave going down to Disney again and blah, blah, blah. But one of the main reasons I like to go down to Disney is because that's the place I see my daughters smile the most. And that is something that I enjoy doing.
Absolutely.
And so what do you need, Dave? Nothing. I need for nothing. What do you want for your birthday? I don't know. Gift card. That's it.
Yeah.
So is my dad hard to shop for? Heck yeah. Because he has the same
100. Mindset. Yeah. I would say no. There's a handful of things that he really, really, really likes. Fishing, coffee, stuff like that. And so it's fairly easy within those bounds to get creative, try new things, that within the few things that he does like. So I wouldn't say it's difficult. And honestly, I could take an old shoe and wrap it in a box and
see, that's awesome.
But I'd always try, and I do the same thing with my mom, even though she gives me a pass most of the time and says, don't worry about it. We still try to do something, even if it's just spend time with them. But I actually found there was one birthday or Father's Day. I can't remember which one it was. I actually found a Virgil's Coffee Roasters somewhere in the United States. And so he had like a roast with his name on it,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's relatively easy, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just texted you something.
Okay.
Don't say it on air, but we'll talk about it later off air. As an example.
Sure.
I just figured you'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish, and if someone did something like that for me, like there's a Dave's Coffee, there's a Dave's, that's
bourbon
cool.
or, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Amanda, because I've got the beer tap on my back patio, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she had a beer tap engraved Big Dave's beer or Big Dave's brew or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's something really cool.
Sure.
So something like that, that's great. Easy to shop for.
Yeah. And probably something you wouldn't have done for yourself.
Exactly. And that's,
but it's hard to find something that you wouldn't have done for yourself.
Nah, really?
That you wouldn't do for yourself?
Yeah. Adam, you're the prime example.
Uh-oh. What did I do now?
No. What did you get me for Christmas this year?
Star Cruiser stuff.
Right, exactly. I probably would have looked at that stuff on eBay going for what it was going for and thought, man, that would be really, really cool to get it. I wish there was a way I could have.
Well, there you go.
See, and that's,
So in other words, for someone like you have to, when the moment hits you that, hey, that would be cool.
It's a thought process thing.
You have to take advantage of the opportunity when it strikes you.
Right.
Because if you let it pass, then you're either going to buy it for yourself or it won't be available anymore or something like that. Yeah.
When you put it that way, like there are certain things that if you give me something like thought, and this goes for everybody, every person, thought-provoking presents mean so much more than just knickknacks you can buy.
Sure.
I have in my office I think I showed you, or you probably saw it. It's a bass. It's a taxidermied bass that Papa caught when in the 70s.
Yep.
It was always hanging in his office at his house.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, gave it to me when I moved into this house.
That's cool.
That's something to me that will always stick with me. That's a thoughtful gift and something that she knew I would love.
That's amazing.
So, just stuff like that. Now, granted, those are few and far between and hard to buy.
See, Blair and my parents have learned. They ask me well in advance of my birthday or Christmas Day, is there anything that you've come across that you would like? And I give it to them, and then I know not to get that. So that's like reserved now. That's reserved. Delete that link from my saved bookmarks. Don't go back to it.
We've gotten to where we'll give each other our wish list on Amazon.
Oh yeah,
and I know if it goes on the wish list, I cannot buy it.
Yeah,
unless I've seen this has come off your wish list.
Awesome.
So, all right, we're going to leave the father category, and now we're going to go into would you rather.
Okay.
Would you rather wear adult diapers for the rest of your life or go commando for the rest of your life?
Am I in a situation where I have to wear the adult diapers or I'll have an issue, or it's just you have to, this is the only underwear you could wear as an adult diaper?
The only underwear you could wear. You could either wear adult diapers and no cloth underwear or go commando.
Man.
Which means running on the track.
Yeah, I was going to say working out, but still, it's like you need Desitin or something. So okay, I'm going to go with the adult diapers because it's not like they're going to be dirty.
That's exactly what.
That's why I wanted to do. I have a condition where I have to.
No.
Okay,
no.
Then yeah, I would choose that because I cannot. The other option is unacceptable.
It's so unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Oh, can you imagine the chafage and the?
Yeah, but at the same time, you go to OTF and it's like you're wearing the shorts, the old Navy shorts with an adult diaper on. It's going to be obvious, especially when you do squats or you try to sit on the rower. It's going to be obvious that you are wearing something additional. But I would still choose that over the alternative. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I know I can't ask you this question because I know what your answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Would you rather deep dish or thin crust pizza?
Thin crust. Well, and honestly, it depends. I'm gonna talk this one out for a second.
Because you said none of the above.
But that's not an option out of these two. If I had to pick, if you gave me like I hate to say it, Little Caesars has stepped up their game a little bit lately. But it's the crust that they get on their deep dish type stuff with that caramelized edge and stuff. Like Pizza Hut used to get that, and now it doesn't quite seem like they do it the same way. You give me a good deep dish that has that. The problem with it is the dough is going to be so thick throughout the whole pizza, and I just can't. I can't do that much like pillowy. Ugh.
See,
so I would choose thin crust.
See, okay, I love thin crust. That's my go-to.
I could eat a whole thin crust pizza
Oh,
in
dude.
one shot. It's different. You know, it's just different.
And there's not as much marinara. There's not as much heartburn at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But if you take me to Giordano's with that.
Is that the one with all the sauce? The sauce goes on top?
Chicago style. Yeah. Where's the cheese? It's under the sauce.
I don't like tomatoes
under the
much.
sauce.
Yeah.
But dude,
I don't like tomatoes
that
that
pizza, much. It's so good. So good. If you give me the choice of a paper thin cracker crust, and this is why this is Chicago pizza, that the people in Chicago said they prefer tavern style over the meatloaf style deep dish pizza. I'm still taking that meatloaf style deep dish pizza.
So let's give this the Barstool Dave Portnoy pizza. So you're trying that right now. What do you give it out of 10?
Which one? Thin crust or
the deep dish one you're talking about? Is that a 10?
It's not a 10.
Are you standing out in the parking lot with one slice in a box, giving it a 10?
One slice. Everybody knows the rules. I'm not going to give you the rules. I'm going to proceed to give you the rules.
Oh my gosh.
I would go probably 7.9.
Okay. 7.9. Wow.
Yeah.
Not going to go to 2 decimal places and really round that out?
No. 7.9.
7.9. Yeah. I will eat pizza. I took some for lunch today at work and stuff like that, but I can't eat a lot of it. It's not my favorite.
I get you.
thing.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
I can't chow down on a whole meat lover's pizza like I used to be able to.
Yeah. I ain't as good as I once was.
I'm as good once as I ever was.
Slice.
Red
right.
Solo Cup.
Next.
All right. Would you rather face a fork in the road or be forced to pick between 3 doors?
Man, see. So, do you know the Strengths Finder thing? You ever do that at work?
Mm-mm.
I think it's the same Covey guy that wrote that book. His company does this thing called Strengths Finder. I think it's Covey. Anyway, my number one strength has always been context. And so the very first thing that popped into my head is like, am I in the woods on the first one? And am I on Let's Make a Deal on the second one? Or is this like, where am I in these scenarios? That
No
would
context.
No context.
No context.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the fork in the road.
Because it's 2 versus 3?
Well, because you got a 50-50 shot. Now both forks could lead to a cliff. Right? So there's no guarantee. Right. But with my luck, it would be where the 3-door thing was like, okay, so there's a lion in one and fire in the other and this. Which one do you enter and why? And then it would just turn into a riddle, and I ain't got time for that. So I'm going to pick the fork in the road.
I read, in one of my paradoxical things I read this week, it was called the Monty Hall paradox.
Yes, yeah.
Said that you would think that you have a 1 in 3 chance of finding something good. So you say, nope, I'm going to eliminate one of the doors. You would think you have a 2/3 chance of something else, right? But really, in all, like for some reason, I don't know how this math works out, it goes to a 50-50 chance.
Yes.
I have no
idea. Because what happens is when you pick a door, he's guaranteed, because of how the show goes, to remove one of the other 2. Mm-hmm. And show you what you would have had. So you're only picking one that you're going to be stuck with. You're going to be left with another. If you picked basically the way it works is if you picked the deal of the day or whatever they call it, right? If you picked the grand prize the first time, then he's going to eliminate one of the bad ones, and you're still left with the grand prize or another choice. If you didn't pick it, he's going to eliminate the one that you didn't choose that's not the grand prize, and you're still left with a choice of the one you picked or the grand prize. So either way, and then he asks if you want to switch doors, right? So that's how it comes down to 50-50 no matter what, because you will end up eliminating one of the bad ones through how he does the whole thing. But anyway, I would still pick the fork in the road.
This goes back to the whole math thing. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? This is why you are the math and science guy.
That's correct.
I am not.
And you're the host.
I am the host.
You're the Monty Hall, and I'm the contestant going, actually.
Well, actually.
It's a 50-50 shot.
All right. Would you rather wear a monitor that beeps when you're lying or beeps when you are mentally attracted to somebody?
Mentally
or physically attracted to somebody? Because in a married state, you don't want your wife saying, "Ooh, she's hot," thinking, "Ooh."
What, are you saying you'd walk down the street like beep beep beep, boopity boop
No,
boop boop?
I'm just saying, you're
Just
on
saying,
a walk
just
with you're on a walk with Blair. Beep.
No, wait a minute. No, you were talking about you and Amanda. Don't change the subject to me.
No.
I did not say that.
You. I was posing the question to
An
you.
awfully personal example that involved a lot of beeps and boops. Anyway, I honestly, I'd pick the second one. I don't lie. I don't have any reason to lie that often. But in a situation where it would be nice just to kind of get out of an awkward situation, it would really be awkward. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. My phone's ringing. Beep. It's like,
look at the time. My kids have a beep.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't have any cash in my wallet. It's like that would not be.
Oh,
Daddy, are you in there? Yes, I'm still going to the bathroom, honey. Not looking at my phone. Anyway,
all right, honey, I'll be about just one more inning, honey, and I'll come to bed.
Yeah, I would pick the second one because there would be some situation where you're trying to get yourself out of a conversation where someone won't leave you alone, kind of thing, right? That kind of stuff. But A, that's A. B, people are weird, dude.
I know
they're weird.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, you talk about who's a hall pass or whatever, right? And like a celebrity and all that, crush and all that stuff. But most people you come across, man, dumb as a bag of rocks. I don't think it would beat that much. With the second one. It's like, yes, you may look physically attractive on the average scale to most men, but what don't you? It's like the context. What don't people know about you that would take that out? And I'm already assuming that it's something really bad. So
the elevator does not go all the way to the top.
The door, or it does, but the door does not open.
Yep.
Yeah. So
all right.
What about you?
I would do the attractive. Beep when I am attracted to somebody. Right. Yeah. You are correct about the line thing.
Yeah.
Those, Daddy, are we going to get ice cream tonight? No, honey, go to bed. Hey, Amanda, let's go get some Dairy Queen now. They're asleep.
I love it.
Yep. Would you rather take a cold shower for the rest of your life? No hot showers.
Oh, man.
Or never get more than 4 hours of sleep a night ever again.
So here's the funny thing. Both of those are true about my life right now.
Is your hot water heater out?
No, I do not take hot showers anymore.
Seriously?
Seriously. So if you think about, we have one of the handles that you move like 90 degrees and I used to put it at about 50 degrees. If 0 was ice cold, like barely any water pressure, and scalding hot was 90 degrees, I'd put it at about, like 0 to 180, but 90, maybe 100 degrees, like tilted towards the other end. Now I put it at about a 45.
Woo.
And if you do that for a couple of weeks and you suck it up, that feels warm to you after a while.
Yeah.
And your body doesn't even know it anymore. And you don't have to, you're actually using a little bit of energy for your body to warm itself up rather than your metabolism tanks because you're hot through an external source. And so your metabolism's dead for at least a couple hours after the shower. So
those 4 weeks though, man.
It's only 2. No, it's only 2.
Woo!
That's only 14 showers, Dave.
Only 14 showers.
No,
like that Seinfeld episode. I was in the pool.
That's right. I love it. But I joke about the other one not being true because I am a night owl. I do get more than 4 hours of sleep, but I already do the first one, so I would pick the second one because I already kind of function on a minimal amount of sleep anyway, but I know it's going to catch up to me eventually.
Eventually it will.
Yeah.
I would do the no sleep thing too.
Yeah. I guess I'll say, since I'm already doing it, what am I talking about? Since I'm already doing it, I'll pick the first one. That's no sacrifice for me whatsoever, so I'll go with the showers.
Okay.
It'll change your life, Dave.
I don't know if it's worth that.
It will help you reduce by 50% the amount of joy you have in your life.
You know, I heard somebody say that if you gave up coffee and gave up drinking caffeine, you will be giving up all the joy in your life.
Exactly. All right, one more. Come on.
No, I got a couple more. We got a couple more.
Couple more. Let's go.
Would you rather at a Disney office Christmas party
Oh my gosh.
spike the punch or Xerox your butt and put it up on the big screen party projector?
Well, luckily, I don't ever have to worry about this happening. I would probably say the first one if I had to choose. Because I don't know. There's just, I mean, honestly, I'm trying to think the last time I actually saw a copy machine in our building.
Seriously?
I think that they're limited now. I mean, you know, we used to have printers everywhere, right? But I think they're just limited to the copy rooms, and I don't think I've used one since I've gone back.
There's a copier right outside my cubicle.
Really? Well, there's your opportunity, Dave.
Once
I
again,
picked the first one. I can't imagine doing the second. I can't imagine doing either, but the second one is just so far fetched.
Well, we know which one Dave's picking because Dave has no shame.
Both.
Both. No. All right. Two more.
All right.
Would you rather spend a year living with a nudist colony
What is with you?
or a year within the Amish community?
Oh, the Amish community, 100%.
Given your career choice, your career path,
Yeah.
you can't be IT in Amish community.
I can't be on a Zoom call in a nudist community either. So, mister, what would you propose? Adam, I'm sorry, but we have a new policy. You've got to come off video. You have to unmute your video. I don't think you really want me to do that.
Adam, this is an all hands video call. Why aren't you? No.
Nope.
Adam, no, sir. No.
All right, you asked for it. I don't know. What I would guess, I guess my biggest struggle. Oh my God. I guess my biggest struggle is how do I get my name tag to stick? Got him. Yeah, I think I'll join the Amish and learn a trade. That's my choice.
Okay.
Oh, he's laughing like Mickey now. I got him so good. He's laughing like Mickey. I love it.
Oh boy.
All right, pick yourself up off the floor and answer this one yourself, Dave.
There's no way I'm living with an Amish community.
Can you imagine? They'd be like, "What's that sound? I think someone's on a phone." It's the new guy. Oh, man.
This goes back to the would you rather free ball or wear diapers?
I mean, you know. For some reason, I don't know, but you are in contracts.
I am.
You're on a lot of calls.
I am.
You have to be off video mute, I assume, for most of those.
I have never turned my video on.
So you could be a completely different person and they would have no idea.
I could.
Like you could have hired somebody off of Fiverr to be you 4 days a week or 3 days a week or however long when you're not in the office. We actually had we suspected that or another team suspected somebody of that one time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did they prove or disprove?
I don't know. I just heard them talking about it one day. Isn't that crazy?
That's a crazy world.
But anyway, yeah. Okay,
all
so
right.
you would find a way to make sure that you did not have to come off video again. Those negotiations would go south fast.
Fast.
Well, you know what they would do?
Hey, Mr. Government, here are my terms. Camera goes on.
Right. All right, so camera goes. No, it's the one. Never mind. You agree to this? And but no, it's they would
Helicopter.
sit there. They would be like they would sit there and they'd be like, so we have a rep from Northrop Grumman, Mr. Dave Adams. Dave, could you come off video real quick? And they're like, oh my gosh, sir, please contain yourself. And you're like, what are you going to do? Go with Boeing? What are you going to do about it? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although, you know what, Dave? in today's society, you could probably file that as an exemption and you would be just fine.
I haven't had a laughing fit like that in a while.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Last one.
Last one, best one.
Should have ended with that one.
Are we going to end on a whimper?
No. Would you rather have your jaws wired shut for a whole month, drinking only out of a straw? So all of your food has to be wired, mushed and put in a straw, like when you had your wisdom teeth taken out a couple months ago.
That was actually a year ago.
Was it really? Has it been that long?
It's been that long.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Anyway.
Or
time marches on, my friend.
Time marches on.
Okay, so jaw wired shut.
Moves out. All right. Would you rather have your jaw wired shut for a whole month, drinking and eating only out of a straw?
Okay.
Or wear an eye patch for a whole year?
Oh, man.
You can't drive with an eye patch, keep in mind.
Why not?
Depth perception, my friend.
I got a self-driving car, sucker. I'm good to go. All right. So here's the thing. Blair's gone through that. She had jaw surgery a long time ago.
Yeah.
And one of the things that she would eat was hot tamales blended up, and she would drink them through a straw. I know. God bless her. Hearing those stories, I cannot do that. I would go with the eye patch. And when people are like, what are you doing? I'd be like Steve the Pirate in Dodgeball. I'd just go all in on it and be like, Arr, Peter. I just go all in. And when people start giving you the eye, it's like, this is how I am now. This is me. This is a new me. And if you
deal with it,
if you repress who I really am, then you're a horrible person. So
I don't know.
My name's Ezekiel. Then I would change my name.
You have to.
Ezekiel Blackbeard, the pirate. Anyway, how about you?
A whole year is a long time.
It is a long time. Long enough to get your wisdom teeth out and heal.
But a month is only 1/12 of a year.
Oh, and you said you weren't the math guy.
I'm going with food. I'm going with jaw wired shut.
Okay. What's going to be the one thing that you look forward to eating that way the most?
Bourbon.
Jeez Louise.
No. I would just do protein shakes.
Yeah, man.
That way it's not that weird texture, sucky uppy thing.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Right. You just get the protein shakes.
Hang on, what was that? Yeah, the Soylent things were the Soylent meal replacements. What I drank a fair amount of when I had my wisdom teeth out, and man, I don't even want to look at them anymore. So I can't imagine a month.
But a whole year of no depth perception.
No, it's a whole year of going into a brand new persona. It's bigger than an eye patch. It's
no. Can you imagine? Could you imagine? You take a Band-Aid off after like 3 days, and you have this like zombified white patch of your skin. So a whole year of not using your left or right eye.
That's true.
Can you imagine how horrible that would be after the year?
It'd be. Yeah, you're right. Still not doing the jaw thing. I'm going all in on this now. But here's the thing: it did not say
bathroom trip would be.
It did
after a whole month.
Okay, I have one more question for you on that. But it did not say technically you have to wear the eye patch on the same eye the whole time.
See, now you're getting into technicality.
Technically.
Well,
actually, it didn't say that. It didn't stipulate in the conditions. What would be, after that month, the one meal you would look forward to eating the most once you got your jaw strong enough to actually chew again? What would be the one thing that you couldn't wait to eat? And bourbon is not an acceptable answer.
That brisket that I smoked on Monday.
There you go.
Which I actually injected with Kentucky bourbon.
Wow.
All of my, like whenever I do a brisket or I do a pork shoulder. Normally you have to watch it and spritz it down to keep it from drying. I inject every one of those like bigger pieces of meat with a melted stick of butter, a little bit of Frank's hot sauce, and bourbon.
Wow.
And the juiciest piece of meat.
How could it not be?
I know, right?
How could it not
Paula
be?
Dean's calling me for recipes now.
Is that a brag still?
No, probably not.
You dated yourself there a little bit, Dave.
I did.
Emerald's calling me for recipes now.
Gordon Ramsay's calling me.
But even he's now selling cookware, man. It's like, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah, Hexclad is the name of it. It's like, man, that's when you knew Emerald, when he started selling pots and pans. You're like, dude.
Do you know what I found on YouTube the other day?
What did you find on YouTube the other day?
Backstory. Saturday, I woke up, said, all right, we're going to have a 90 or an 80s day before we have to go to all these dance recitals. Woke up, made the girls scrambled eggs with cheese and cinnamon toast, and I found a 3-hour block of 80s cartoons.
Nice.
Had the 80s commercials and everything. It was from like 86.
That's cool.
But now my YouTube is showing me like old TV shows. Do you remember Rachel Ray's $40 a day?
Oh, yeah.
It was like a 2003
Absolutely.
episode.
Oh, yeah. I used to love Food Network, man.
And now it would be Rachel Ray's $40 for a meal.
Rachel Ray's $40 a day. So we bought a box of Cheez-Its and a 12-pack of soda. Enjoy.
Yeah. Here we are in Orlando, Florida. All right, game over.
I spent $40 on just to get the Uber guy to come to my hotel.
Right.
Yeah, man. $40 a day. And that was, what, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for two people? For one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And some shows she'd have change left over.
Wow.
And some days she'd actually buy a drink.
Yeah, not anymore. Sorry.
Here we are at Disney Springs.
$40 a appetizer.
Right. $40 a queso fundido.
Yeah. Now watch as I pick up the cheese.
That, my friend, is called a full circle show moment.
I love it. I love it.
So, all right. So there you go. That's our show. We're done. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So next episode, I guess we'll talk about how I wasn't on the inaugural sailing to Lighthouse Point.
Oh, brother.
We'll talk about St. Thomas, St. Martin, Castaway Cay, what Adam did while I was on a cruise ship.
And how you missed out.
Well, keep it going. Go back.
That's all it is. Hang on, I'll do it again. You ready?
Yeah.
Go.
For just $2,000 a month, you too can help Dave go on the inaugural sailing to Lighthouse Point.
For just $6,000 more, you and your family get a single location added to your itinerary.
But you get to go twice.
Oh, you get to go twice as a double dip?
Yeah, it's a double dip.
Wow. I hate that I'm not going to be there, man.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. Anyways.
So, if you wanted to interact with the show, like most of the time we get people doing.
Yeah. Especially when you comment on Candy on the page.
Yeah. You could go to the Unrelated at Birth listener group. And if you're not part of it, Adam, you will say it.
What's wrong with you?
Thank you. You can also invite your friends to be part of the group. You could also go to your favorite podcast listening apps, rate us 5 stars.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Comment how great Dave and Adam are. And if you don't want to rate us 5 stars,
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? I was trying to think of something else to say, but that was like, okay, what's wrong?
If it works, right?
How could we make your listening experiences better?
That's what we need to do. Let's send out a survey. Strongly agree, strongly disagree.
Neither.
Neutral.
Agree, disagree. You could add us on Instagram.
Yep.
Unrelated at birth.
Unrelated
at birth.
There you go.
You could like us on the Facebooks, just Unrelated at Birth podcast.
Fine.
Or you could call in and Adam, how would they do so?
You would dial 863-345-0088, and that gets you to the delivery line. Leave a message after the beep, and we'll play it on the show.
What? Leave a message after the what?
Oh, shoot. I'm on the wrong page on my thing. Hang on. Leave a message after the...
There you go.
After that thing right there.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, your thing's going off again. Uh-oh.
I'm not... No, really, you can leave a message
Dave,
after the beep. It's not a lie, I promise. This pen is blue.
Oh, my gosh.
Liar for those.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
I know you
Jim
do,
Carrey,
dude.
classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. So anyway, guys, we really appreciate you guys for listening. You know, whether it's just 2 people, whether it's 2,000, whether it's 2 million, I'd prefer the 2 million, but you know, we would do this show for 2 to 20 to 200.
Well, there's at least 2 because there's you and me. So guaranteed
that's
2.
right. Guaranteed 2 listens. And your wife and your family listens. So
Yeah, that's 4.
That's 4. My wife downloads it, but won't
4.5.
It's a download. I don't care. But anyway, so we really do appreciate it. We appreciate every interaction we get. I can't thank you enough. Just this small, cool, like-minded community we've created 5 years ago.
Wow.
You're coming up on 5 years
Man.
in July, right?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's right.
So we really appreciate it. And every listen, every download we get, it doesn't go unnoticed. So, Adam, take them home, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you again, everybody. Remember, we love you, but not as much as Jesus does. Stay safe out there. Be kind to one another, and we will catch you again next time.
Bye, guys.
Seriously, though, where am I going to put the name tag?